Hey guys, we made it to season 5 of the Us People podcast. I'm your host, Savia Rocks, and in this season, we aim to empower and embrace creativity through diversity as we dive into the fascinating stories and experiences of a diverse range of individuals, highlighting their unique perspectives and creative endeavors, from artists and entrepreneurs to innovators and activists. We celebrate the power of diversity in driving creativity and fostering positive change. Join us as we engage in thought-provoking conversations like
I made myself intentionally homeless in pursuit of my purpose.
We're aware that a lot of people want to present and they were in my position, and what's worse, they weren't a white male, which is a joke that's even still a thing.
I think my family never ever say you can't do something, so full of support for whatever dream. If I said tomorrow I want to fly to the moon, they'll probably say I wish you all the best, Mel.
So guys, I just want to say thank you for supporting the Us People podcast for the past 5 years, and we look forward to sharing another new theme song with you. Let's go.
Hi there, how you doing everyone? My name's Stevi Ritchie, X Factor legend and celebrity Big Brother finalist, and you're listening to the Us People podcast with the one and only, the wonderful, the magical Savia. Keep it real and keep it light. Love and light, guys.
I had to overcome a lot of obstacles just to get.
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Us People podcast. I'm your host, Savia Rocks, and today I have the beautiful Stevi Ritchie here with me, who's an entertainer and a showman. I like that. He's touching his heart, which is what I love. Stevie, thank you so much for taking your time to come on the Us People podcast. How are you?
Savia, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm tip-top, staying positive, staying happy, and more importantly, put my head above water, which is great.
This is what I love. This is what life is about, taking one day at a time and just flowing with it. But just going with
it.
Just no stress. Yeah. There's no time for stress. I know life can get stressful sometimes, but we live, we learn, we do what we love, and then we move forward.
That's right. And what don't break you makes you stronger.
Very true. Very true. I wish a lot more people took that on board with them. So definitely. So Stevie, my first question for you is,
yes,
could you tell me about yourself, but also where you grew up and how that influenced you to be the awesome person who you are today?
Wow. Okay. Well, that's really straight, lovely question there. So, yes, Savia. So, okay, where do I begin? So, all right. I was born in London, Brent in London, North London. Moved to Essex when I was 3, Colchester, where my parents still live and my family and friends. I was quite a shy kid anyway at school, very shy. I wouldn't even say boo to a goose. Do you know what I mean? I was proper, just really kind of into my shell. I just didn't, I didn't associate with many people. I mean, I was a bit of a naughty child. Don't get me wrong. At school, I was a bit of a rebel. But
to be fair,
yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? I was always in trouble. But then, when I got to junior school, it was more okay. Yeah, no, I didn't really have many friends. I was a little bit kind of into myself, and I don't know, I suppose confidence knocked and all that, Then I got to high school, and then, again, I was just I would hate going on stage or being in front of people. I'd hate it. I was like, nah, I can't do it. I kind of shit myself in a way. Sorry, I don't know if I could swear.
Of course you can.
But I'm doing
it out.
Oh. Well, brilliant. I proper shit my pants, right? And I did. I proper did. I like so much so my ass was flapping. But anyway, right. So it weren't until I got to my 3rd year of high school, and I thought, I'm going to audition for Grease, the musical, school production. And I thought, do you know what? I'll audition as Kinnicky because I like Grease Lightning. I like singing, "Go Grease Lightning, you're burning up the quarter." And I thought, do you know what? I've got to do it. So I got the role. Like, long story short, I got the role. And, I started to perform. And then I got really good cheers. I got claps. I got cheers. I was like, and people said to me, "You should have been Danny." And I'm like, really? And since then, I thought, you know what? This is what I want to do. This is what I love. This is what I want. I'm 15 years old. I thought, I know what I want to do already. I want to be a performer. I just want to be a showman. I want to be an actor. I want to be able to make people smile and laugh. So I sort of pursued that. And to be honest with you, Savia, I didn't do well at school, but I did do well in music and drama, funny enough, right? I got good grades. I got an A in English speaking language. And I thought, okay, right, I want to do performing for the rest of my life. I want to be a performer. So that's what I done. I kind of, I went to drama school and I got a proper, a merit in performing, London School of Musical Theatre, LSMT for short, graduated, bish bash bosh. I wore also a blue coat, a Ponty's blue coat, where all the legends of TV started out. Shane Ritchie, Des O'Connor, Brian Conley, Freddie Starr, Michael Barrymore. Regardless of what he'd done in personal life, he's still one of the greatest entertainers of all time. So I went to be a blue coat, and that's what I done. I learned how to work an audience. So I learned how to work a microphone and microphone technique, be in the shows, DJ, compare, host, everything. You learn everything. And I say to anyone out there who wants to be in the entertainment industry right now, just go and be a bloody blue coat or red coat or any sort of holiday camp entertainer for 2 years. You will learn everything. And I say that now. Shane Ritchie even said it. He said, if you want to be an entertainer, you go and be a holiday camp park, blue coat, red coat, you learn everything. So that's what I done. And then, of course, I was just auditioning for things. I was gigging as Elvis, I can't even speak now, Elvis Presley impersonator, which was quite funny. And I auditioned for X Factor about 7 years for like off and on. And then on the 7th go, it happened. It happened. It just happened. And there we go. I mean, I don't know how much you sort of researched me, Savia, but yeah, as you could tell, I went quite far. And I got to like the finals. Yeah. Got to I done that. I was mentored by Simon Cowell, and last wildcard standing. I was I got all so far, and then I got engaged. Not engaged anymore, by the way. Not engaged anymore. And so and then I went to Celebrity Big Brother. I've done the X Factor tour, got a record deal with Mr. Akimoto in Japan, and now I'm gigging, performing, entertaining, pantoing. I got panto booked this year. And yeah, that's pretty much me in a nutshell, really. So I'm still doing what I love. I still perform. I still entertain. And you know what? I've got to say this. I smash the fucking shit out of my gigs now. At one point, I kind of lost my passion for it years ago, gigging, because I thought, oh, fucking hell, another gig. And I lost the passion. But now, fast forward a few years on, do you know what? I've got that passion back, because sometimes you can lose it.
I was gonna ask you, Stevie, was there a moment in your life where, because you said you lost it, do you know what it was in your life that made you lose it in the first place? Or was there something that you was going through, or a transition in your life that was happening?
Do you know what, Savia? I think I was going for a bit of a dark place in my life. My best friends know. I was going for a bit of a breakdown, I suppose. Not a big one, but I was in a dark place and kind of hit rock bottom. And a lot of bad press come out about me and everything else. And it was hard. It was hard. And sometimes I didn't even want to perform. I didn't want to do a gig. I kind of got to that point in my life where I was just like, it was like, another gig. So I was going for a bit of a tough time. We've all been there, right? And then I kind of took myself out of that situation, and I kind of, I built myself back up, my reputation, my brand, me back up. And I'm not blaming no one. Look, I always I always own my shit, right? I
Yeah.
always literally
Same.
own up. If I'm in the wrong, I will literally apologize and whatnot and say, look, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If I'm right, I'll fucking argue. But normally, I sometimes, I always fuck up sometimes. I always make
I think we all do.
mistakes.
I think it's natural. And I think
Yeah.
if you don't fuck up, how are you going to learn?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. We all live and learn, and what don't break you makes you stronger. And you know what as well? I always believe you can always put your wrong to rights.
It's true. I agree with you there. Yeah.
And I'm on that path now of peace, harmony, love, positivity, no drama, no nothing. And I'm really happy. Fast forward a few years, I found my mojo back. I got my passion back for gigs. And I actually look forward to every gig now. And I get fucking so nervous. And they always say a performer, a true performer,
Does get
always
nervous.
gets nervous. And if you don't, then you're in the wrong business. You're in the wrong game. But every now, before I go on stage and I hear that music that comes in, I'm like, fuck. The nerves, the anxiety, it builds because it's you versus the audience. You don't know if you're going to go down shit like a lead balloon. You don't know if you're going to do well. You don't know if they're going to like you, hate you, throw tomatoes at you, or whatever. So every time now, I always get that feeling. But then 2 songs in,
Yep.
I'm there. I've got them by the balls. I've got them, and I'm like, I love this. And now I love it. I love the passion for being on stage in front of a live audience, entertaining, making people smile, making people happy, making people's holidays. And more importantly, if people are going through a tough time in their life and I can make them smile and laugh, then fuck me, I've done my job.
Yeah, then that's good enough. That's definitely. So my next one tallies into basically what you kind of answered in a way, but more into depth. So, Stevie, can you define yourself as a person? But who do you see when you look in the mirror? But on the flip side of that question, has there ever been a time where you have looked in the mirror and not recognized the person staring back at you? How did you manage to go from being a person that you might not necessarily liked the version of in the mirror to becoming the person who you are now, where you grab people in the balls and say, hey, I know my shit and I'm good at my shit, and literally do what you love?
Wow, now that is a really interesting, deep question, Savia. I like that. So, okay, I'll go. There's been some times in my life where I looked in the mirror and I didn't like the person looking back at me. Something I've got to say, a few months ago, I wasn't kind of a nice person to be around. I'm not saying I was hitting and violent and this and the other, but I was in a bit of a, I don't know, just a real bad kind of sort of like place in my head. And, I was kind of grouchy, I was never violent, never hit anyone in my life. Shouted. Yes, I've shouted. We all shout. Bloody hell, we're all human, right?
Right.
So I looked in the mirror and I was just like, can't be bothered anymore. Can't be bothered. And another time was when I finished an Easter Panto tour with Bobby Davro. I took my top off and I looked back at my body and I was like, oh. Now, I know this is vain saying this, but I didn't like my body. I wanted to be comfortable taking my top off and looking in the mirror and go, fuck me, you look good.
There's nothing
because
wrong
when
with that.
Yeah, do you know what I mean, Savia? So when you look in the mirror, and it does sound vain, this, but I'm sorry, but when you look in the mirror and you think, oh yeah, you look good, you feel good, your brain feels good, your heart feels good, your body feels good. Good body, good heart, good soul, good mind, everything, right? So I done something about it. I thought, do you know what? I'm going to go on a cut. I'm going to hire a personal trainer online, and I'm going to go on one. Now, originally it was only meant to be for 8 weeks because I thought that's all I need. I was losing weight rapidly, bang, bang. I was putting on muscle size. I was proper. I was looking leaner and leaner. And then my personal trainer went to me you want to go for the Zac Efron look? The Zac Efron look, you know, from Baywatch.
Yeah.
And I went, fuck it. Yeah, all right, let's do it. Another 8 weeks. So I'd done another 8 weeks. And then after 16 weeks, I lost 4 stone. I looked ripped to the bone, shredded. I looked lean. I felt fit. I felt sexy. I felt like a Greek god. I felt good, like proper good. And I'll tell you what, I tapped myself on the back and I went, you fucking done this, Steve. You deserve all the credit. You put the hard work in. You just listened to the personal trainer. You done the graft. You done your cardio. You done your steps. You done your diet. You had no alcohol for 16 weeks. No alcohol. And I done the weight training as well. And I looked back in the mirror, I took my top off and I went, fuck yeah, you look good, boy. And that's the difference between when you take your top off and not feeling comfortable in your own skin, and then taking your top off and looking at yourself, as vain as it is, going, yeah,
I've
you
seen
look good.
the Instagram pictures, so yeah, definitely.
Thank you, my love. Thank you. And it's no steroids. It's dead easy. It's 10,000 steps a day, a good diet, intermittent fasting, which I do now, which works wonders, weight training, and a bit of cardio. Now, I have no alcohol, but I tell you what my downfall is, right? I'm going to show you right now because I'm going to get it. It's this thing right here. Hold on. My vape.
Okay.
Now, I vape, Savia, right? Look, so for instance, I can't stop vaping. This is my device. We all have one. You probably have one.
I don't have one actually. It's funny.
You don't?
No. So Stevie, I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't take drugs. And I don't do any of it. I don't know. I've just it's never attracted my soul for some reason. I just didn't do it. I just thought,
wow, you're like a nun.
well, I wouldn't say a nun. There are other things that I can do. Nuns would be shocked.
You know what? Savia, hats off to you for not doing any of that. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. And I eat good foods. Yeah. Obviously, I have one treat a week where I have like a pizza or a burger a week. That's it. Enough. Right. Yes. But I vape. And this is like a fucking dummy in my mouth. Even when I'm in bed, lying down, before I go to bed, I'm like this, I'm like that.
Listen, everyone has a kryptonite. Some have kryptonites and it's nookie, like where they just can't stop. It's just a nookie thing, and they just like nookie. Yeah. And some people it might be chocolate. Some people it might be, everybody has something different. No one should be there to judge you for it. Do you understand? You've done the hard work of making yourself become the person that you want to be, and you are right in a way where you say, if you look good, you feel good. But then also it's having the attitude as well to go with how you look as well. So when you contribute all those attributes together, you get a beautiful person, you get a beautiful you. So basically you were just transitioning. You decided that your health needed transitioning. You decided your mind needed transitioning. And you just wanted to do something about it. And it's just about you having the motivation to be able to do it in the way that you want to, literally.
Yes, hit the nail right on the head there. Absolutely, Savia. 100%. I just thought I just needed to do it because I made a lot of sacrifices with my ex-partner now. She was wanting to eat and drink, and I was like, I just can't. We went away, and I said to her, I can't do that. I can't have one drop of alcohol, weirdly. And I was so disciplined. And that's the thing. You got to be so and in the right headspace to do it. Because if mentally you're not in that space to do it, you're not going to achieve it. You're just going to go off the wagon. You're going to eat chocolate. You're going to binge eat. You're going to drink. You're going to do it. So for me, I'm all or nothing, right? If I'm going to do something, I'll do it all. If I won't do nothing half-assed at all, I'll go, I'm going to put 100% into that. I'm going to put 100% into that song. I'm going to put 100% into that walk. I'll just do everything all or nothing, and that's me. And that's what I done.
See? That's something there that people should take away with them, in the sense where you can do something when you want to do it. It's like you say, it's the motivation and the determination to be able to acknowledge that you want to
Absolutely.
do something and get it done. Sometimes I was going to ask you a question, but it was more of the
Yeah.
lines where the support mechanism behind you, because sometimes we all need support behind us to push us to be able to do it. I know that you said that your partner at the time, was she supportive towards you when you were doing this? Like when you were talking about drinking and saying, you can't have a drink, was she, in the sense where, would she help you to say, okay, fair enough, you can't drink? Or was she like, no, I'll go and have a drink? What was it like for you? Because this is also really important for people to understand about having a support system behind you if you do need one.
Oh, 100%. You know what? She was very understanding and supportive, and she understood. She knew I was on this journey of just getting the goal, losing loads of body fat, looking good in the mirror. She understood it. She didn't force anything upon me. She understood. Of course, I mean, we were away, but she understood my point of view. I still had food, good foods. I just was careful. So I think it's very important if you're going to do something really, because I mean, I was about 16.5 stone and I was quite big. Like I was talking 25% body fat, and then I went down. Literally, I lost. Oh my god, I got down to about 13.5, 14, and 10% body fat. So, I'm currently sort of sitting at around about 8-9% body fat now. I've got abs. Obviously I'm quite ripped. Obviously I can't show you under here, but I'm quite lean and I've got veins and all that. I'm quite lean and everything. So I've managed to keep it off. I mean, don't get me wrong, at Christmas it does come back on sometimes.
It creeps. That's what it does. It creeps.
It does. It's fucking naughty. So I always said, right, because I do panto at Christmas, I don't overindulge. I kind of have a little treat, but I also I weight train and do my cardio, etc., without a doubt. So you can fall off the wagon if you're not careful and go back to your old ways. So this year, for the past 6-7 months, I've managed to keep a good body fat percentage, good weight as well. I'm about 76-77 kilo now, which is what? Yeah, it's about 13, just under 13 stone, just under. So I'm really happy with that weight and I look good with it. I can't change this, Savia, right? This mug right here. But by God, I can change my physique.
There's nothing wrong with it. There is nothing wrong with it. Listen, one thing I've learned about life, it's not about how you look, it's how you treat people and how you make them feel. A lot of people go on the persona of, but they're more materialistic, superficial type of people. And to be fair, Stevie, you don't need them in your life if they're going to be like that. Yeah? You need people who are going to look at you and say, you know what, I like you for who you are and what you bring to the table in the essence of your heart, your soul and your kindness. If they are superficial, then trust me, it will never last anyways. It's just something that is a pastime and will only last a significant amount of time, then it will go. And those are the people in your life for a reason, a season or a lifetime, and you know who those people are.
Oh my God, I use that exact saying. You and me are you've got the same sort of brain, I think.
That's exactly what it is.
Saying.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I always say to people as well, how you treat me is a reflection of yourself and how I treat you is a reflection of myself. So therefore, if you're treating someone in a certain way, you might not be feeling 100% if you treat that person not so kind. But if you're treating people with kindness, even on your bad days, and you're treating people with kindness, that's when you know that you know your soul, you know yourself, you know your reflection. And there's many different types of reflections of who we are and what we go through, because in life we transition every 7 years. So within those 7 years, your past 7 years will predict your next 7 years. So that's why when you're going through your bodybuilding in as such, that's what I call it, your bodybuilding, or just transitioning or making yourself feel healthy and stuff, you know that 7 years of you doing that and being disciplined will then shape your next 7 years. And that's how you evolve as a person, and that's how you teach other people to be awesome in themselves, and to help other people pass that on as well. So that's what you're doing, Stevie.
Well, you sound like a counsellor, like Savia. That's great. You can be my counsellor if you like. Hello, Savia.
Anytime, my dear. Anytime.
I love it. I love what you're saying there. That was so true and so spot on. I couldn't have worded it better myself. Wow. Yes, I love that shit right there. That is brilliant. That is pure from the heart. That is brilliant.
It is. It always comes from the heart. And if you're going to give anyone advice, it has to come from a positive place. A lot of people in your life who will pass through will give you advice, but there'll be something behind it. It won't be as genuine as it should, could, or would be. You know, and that's when you know who is for you, who is not for you. That's very important.
I'm swearing again, but I don't care. I fucking love that. I love that shit. What you just said there. So true. Wow.
You know,
now that is something I'm taking with me right up here.
No,
here.
No, pass
love
it on.
That.
Pass it on, because you don't need to have a million. Okay, social media has this thing where you need to have millions of people in order for you to get noticed. But Stevie, when you're down in a dark place, none of those people on your social media are there for you. You most probably call up the person that doesn't have social media, you know, and it's usually the people who you least expect to come and say.
I've been there, Dario. Trust me, I've been there.
I know you have, so I know that you'll relate to this. That will be there and help you to come out from the place of darkness and bring you to a place where there's abundant light or abundant healing, because we all need healing in our lives. Every single one of us have some type of trauma, you know.
Absolutely.
And it's just it's just about how we connect with each other to help each other heal. So even us having this conversation right now is helping us both understand and educate both of us in completely different ways about healing people who we have in our life, you know, the shit that we've been through in our lives that determine who we are. But the most important thing is the choices that we make, and no choices are wrong. Choice is a learning curve for you to make another choice to counteract the old one. So that's what it is.
Wow. Wow, amazing. That's a wow factor right there. Wow. Fucking love that. Wow, you're like proper. Are you spiritual by any chance?
I am, but I don't say it.
How did I guess that?
I am, but I don't say it. The reason why I don't say it is because I'd rather someone feel it than me having to say it. I think that's so important.
From how you're speaking, and believe you me, I'm gonna freak you out now. I'm quite spiritual, and sometimes I freak myself out. I predict things, they happen.
Okay, predict something. I like this. Okay.
So, I mean, I have to tune in, but sometimes I get it wrong. I'm not professional. You know, I'm a performer by trade, but I'm quite spiritual. I'm quite an empath as well. So I do get vibes of people if I think, oh, shit, or they're not happy, oh, shit. Okay. You feel it, right?
Yeah,
you feel it. And, you know, I noticed with you from when you were talking, I don't know, I feel you're very kind of into the spiritual world. You're spiritual yourself. I feel that you're just you're kind of on. Am I right in saying you're on a journey at the moment of some kind?
Massively.
I don't know, and you're on the up. On the up.
Yeah.
You're it's almost like you started. I'm getting fucking freaky now, right? It's almost like you started down there and you're slowly sort of going up there, and you're about here at the moment, and you're gonna you want to go up there, and you will go up there. Do you see what do you know what I'm coming from?
Do you know what? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
How did I know that?
I have been through the most absurd things, from abuse to racism to
oh Jesus, really?
Loads of different things. And they were in the workplace. I decided to write my resignation. This is a while back, but I decided to write my resignation. I done it quite cool actually. I walked outside a building. I'm a planner. I'm a very organized planner. So if someone is doing something to me, I won't show any type of feeling towards it.
Or emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a reason for it. I believe in life that when you give someone your energy of anger, pain, sorrow, all these things, the narcissistic type of person who is doing it to you is absorbing your energy and walking away happy. So don't give them that energy. Okay?
Ooh.
Find a way to cleanse yourself, heal yourself by what the person is doing is wrong, to learn from it while they are doing it, right? Then what I did while that person was doing it, I decided to write my resignation letter in advance on my phone. Abundantly, I manifested an awesome job. I don't know how I did it. Stevie, don't ask me. I don't know. But I manifested myself a really awesome job. And it came to me and I got it. Then on the 22nd of December, a couple of years back, I left the building and I wrote my resignation letter and I left. And that was it. And it was it was the most awesome thing that I've ever done. And doing
relief.
Yeah, it was relief. And doing this, hearing people's stories. It's funny because no one really asks me this, and it's really nice that you've actually even done this. Being able to hear people's stories and give them a platform that allows them to tell their stories in their way and talk to people from a different perspective with no judgment and let a person authentically be themselves is one of the most rewarding things that you can do in your life. The same way it is as finding your purpose in life. If you find your purpose in life and you can show people that you being on stage singing is something authentic and it gives you a rush, a genuine rush. And you know, even if you get nervous on stage, like you say, you know you're doing the right thing because he's giving you bubbles inside. He's giving you all that.
Yeah.
But it's for a reason. It's making you feel like, yes, I'm meant to be here. And like you say, 2 songs in, you know that audience loves what you do and you know you're doing the right thing. So that's 100%. What life is about. That's exactly what life is about. So yes, you're absolutely correct of being on a journey, but it's a good thing because I get to, every time I speak to someone, they give me their energy, I give them my energy, and we both kind of rise in a sense of goodness, connection, understanding, and then we stay connected. So
you kind of meet, don't
that's
you?
it. Yeah, you meet each other and you know when you can stay friends with someone. Like even us having this conversation, I would have never known me and you would have been able to have, you know, this conversation, but it's epic because it's genuine. You know, it's a genuine conversation
it's from the heart. Like,
exactly.
I'm quite an open book, and I'm sorry I'm vaping, but fuck me, this is just me.
No, vape away.
You know,
this is cool.
You know, I'm like chilling on my couch, talking to your Mason self, and I'm being very open, very honest, and I'm just vaping away. So any viewers out there, don't do it, but fuck it, I'm doing it. Do as I say, not as I do. Is that it?
That's the one. That is the one. Do as I say, not as I do. That is absolutely the one. So no,
I noticed with you, you're just. I don't know. I do sense. Yeah, you've gone for, like myself, you've gone for a lot of fucking tough times, a lot of shit, and like I said, you started from here, and now you're like going like that, like literally up. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And I sense that. I sense when the way you were speaking, I thought she's fucking spiritual. This woman, I sensed it. I just got it like that, and I know I'm freaking myself out.
Maybe you have you have something, Stevie, that you don't realize you have, and you know what it might be as well, Stevie. The more that you connect with spiritual people, the more that it enhances your spirituality.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I just feel like not. This sounds really weird, but I feel like I've kind of. I mean, I'm kind of indulging in your heart. I don't know. It's so fucking weird. Like I don't know what it is. I just feel like I'm getting your energy, your vibe, I'm picking up on things. It's almost like, I feel this podcast, you've done a lot of them, and it keeps on rising and rising and rising. Do you see what I mean? It's like, you started off sort of down the bottom, but now it's going fucking like beyond which you would expect. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just going to predict something right now. And I've predicted marriages, careers, pregnancies, and most of them, I've got right. Some of them I've got wrong. Now, I'm just going to put it out there right now. I could be wrong, so don't hold me to it. But I'm going to put it out there right now because obviously this is what you do. This is what you love, right? You love being a host. You love being...
I love being a host and I love connecting with people. But my actual real profession is I am a professional songwriter and a professional published photographer and award-winning writer. So I'm an award-winning writer first before absolutely anything, Stevie.
Are you currently writing for someone at the moment?
I am, yes.
Right, it's going to do good. I don't know who this person is. I sense it is, I don't know. Is it a female? I could be wrong. But you're writing for someone at the moment.
They're quite big.
And I feel it's going to do amazing. That's all I'm saying. As regards to this podcast, I feel this is going to take off as well. I'm getting a year, 12 months. It's just going to like that. That is all the prediction I'm going to say. I could be wrong, but I'm just saying what I'm getting in my head. Yeah. This song, I feel it's a female you're writing the song for.
It's
but
funny.
Whoever it is,
it's funny. That is a good analogy that you've got there. It is a female.
Okay, well, the song's going to do good. It's going to do great. Is all I'm saying. And your podcast is going to fly within the next 12 months.
Ooh,
all right?
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
So what I'll do, when the song does great, then I'll get the artist who sang the song to come on the podcast. Does that sound cool?
I think you should. Fuck it, yes. Do it. 100%, Savia. Do it. Now,
And maybe I can get you to sing with her as well.
I fucking love that. Of course, I'll be well up for that.
No, you
100%. Get me fucking back on and I'll sing with her. Absolutely.
Okay, that sounds cool. We'll make that a deal.
Deal. Shake. There we go.
There you
go. Perfect. It's a deal. Done deal now. You got to keep me to that.
Okay. Definitely.
There we go. So just mark my words. Just, let it go over your head. But I'm just telling you what I'm getting in my head. I don't want to freak you out. Anyway, Right. Sorry, I know you're interviewing me, and I'm fucking telling you about you, and do you know what I mean? So no, I'm sorry. I'll shut up now. So carry on. I'm sorry.
Don't ever be sorry for being you. That's one thing I always say to people.
This is me.
Exactly.
This is just me. I don't care.
One thing I do want to ask you, Stevie, is that
go on.
The world of entertainment can be such a hard place, and you spoke about. Sometimes you got bad press.
Mm-hmm.
I realized in the world that there are people who, like we said before, who will only say bad things about you because of jealousy, envy, or something silly, in life. One thing that I would love for you to share is, I know that you've been abundantly open when you've said to people, go out and do what they love. But the one thing that people don't oftenly talk about is the rejection that comes with being an entertainer.
Oh, fuck me, yeah.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
I know as a songwriter, there's a lot, And sometimes from my perspective, from a songwriting perspective, sometimes I think to myself, how the hell did that song get on the radio, for example? And you might be thinking, how the hell did that person get to be an entertainer when you know that your way of entertaining, and it's not a bad thing, it's just one of those things where we think, how did that person become an entertainer when you know you do it with so much soul and grace? For anybody for anybody that's going through the transformation of wanting to become an entertainer, or as you say, a showman, which I love the way you say that. What are the things to look out for and the opportunities to take? Because we all know how the industry can be too. And when do you know when the right opportunity comes your way to take it? I know that's a big question.
No. So Rejection, I mean, as you being a performer, songwriter, you're gonna go with me on the same page on this. So I have been rejected, oh my God, so much in my life, like so much, like to the point where I just thought, fuck this, can't be asked. But something inside me just keeps coming back and banging that door until it fucking breaks.
Yep.
You know, now I've had so much rejection, like I say, X Factor 6 times, a no. You know, I've had that so many times. Auditions, don't hear back from. You think, oh, fucking done a good job there. You don't hear back. I've been rejected. I've had probably, I would go on an estimate about 1,000 no's and probably 2 yeses. You know, now that is a lot, but it's whether you've got the passion and the fire within yourself to keep going when you feel like you fucking can't. That's the difference between being a true performer and not giving up, and the difference between, oh, fuck it, I can't be asked. That is not the attitude to have. Some advice that was given to me many years ago, and I'll never forget it. I was 16 years old. I met Shane Ritchie, one of my idols, by the way, who has done everything I fucking want to do, the lucky bastard. So I went up to him when I was 16 years old, really starstruck as fuck. And I went up to him, I said, Shane, have you got any like advice for any, you know, for myself who wants to do what you are doing? You know, I want to be a performer. And he said to me, you just got to believe in yourself, and you just got to keep going. Don't give up. Don't quit. And those fucking words, even to this day, I'm 43 now. This was when I was 16. So you can imagine it stuck with me.
Yep.
And I saw Shane Ritchie perform not only in Greece, but also on the telly. And I thought, I want to do that. I want to do what he's doing. But you know what? The weird thing is, talk about full circle. About a few years ago, I was working with Shane Ritchie as a judge at a finals talent competition. He was sitting literally right next to me on the same table. I was a judge as well because I just come out of X Factor and Big Brother. And I said to him, I met you at fucking Ponting's reunion when I was 16 years old, and you gave me this advice. And he kind of, I think he kind of knew, but it just goes to show how things happen full circle if you don't quit. So even though I got loads of rejections, Savia, right, and I did, fuck me, I cannot tell you how many rejections I got, and it was deflating, soul destroying, a lot, trust me. And I was like, oh, fucking something inside me just kept coming back for more. It was almost like a drug that I wanted more, and I thought, fuck it, I'm going to keep going back. I'm going to keep doing it. And even one of my friends said to me, you know what, Steve, you've been trying for many, many years, and you kept fucking trying to bang that door down, and look what happened. It went down, that door. And that's the difference between being a quitter, a performer, and your passion for it, and just then walking away. So that's what I done. So to answer your question, Savia, like, I've had so much rejection, but the key is, no matter how hard it gets, because this industry, as much as you know this as well, it's fucking so insecure. It's so hard. It makes you want to cry, break down, get pissed off, frustrated, angry, all the emotions under the sun, right? But the key is to keep fucking going. Don't quit. And that's my motto now to my daughter, who is also wanting to pursue a career in the performing arts. And she's an amazing singer and dancer. Her name's Summer. Hello, Summer, by the way, if you watch, which you will. I said to her, I gave her a motto when she was a little kid. And I said, what's our motto? She goes, never quit. Keep going, never quit. So that's the motto I will pass on to any future performers out there as well. Never quit. Don't give up. Keep going.
I like that. See, that is the motto. That's how you have to keep. You know what? It's hard, and especially when you're in your worst stages of, you feel like you're in your worst stages. Those are the times when you kick yourself in the ass and you're like, no, I have to do this. I have to literally do this.
You'll just regret it otherwise. You'll die in regrets, and you'll go, I should have done that. Why, regret it when you can, it's not going to be easy. Fuck no. Of course it ain't. Nothing's easy. But when you get it, it's the most rewarding, beautiful thing that you would ever have. And you'll feel like you've worked your fucking ass off for it. And believe you me, you'll give yourself a pat on the back. And there'll be a lot of naysayers out there, a lot of jealous people.
Yes.
I remember, right, I've just got to say this. So I remember putting on my social media on Facebook, I got an audition for X Factor, and it was the 7th time. And some people were doubting. They were like, I don't know why you're bothering. You're never going to get anywhere. It's pointless. It's pointless, Steve. It's pointless. And I kind of got that in my head. I thought, so people think it's pointless. Maybe I am wasting my time. And the weird, ironic thing is, I got time off from my work, and it was in Birmingham City Football Stadium. I'll never forget. It was fucking pissing down cold. It was April, and I thought, I got up, and that morning I thought, oh, fuck me, shall I bother going? But I did. I thought, I forced myself to go. Fuck it. I've got time off work. I might as well. It'd be a day out anyway, and fuck it, I'll have a laugh. So that's what I done.
See?
And to my surprise, I queued up 4 hours. You could hear people singing these booths, and they were fucking shit hot. Like, seriously, Savia, right? They were banging. Their voices were so superb. I'm talking like fucking Whitney Houston, fucking I don't know, people like I don't know to name but a few, even like Freddie Mercury, kind of like really good fucking voices, right? And I thought to myself, fuck me, they got no. Some of them got rejected, and I thought, there's little.
Do you know why though, Stevie?
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know.
This is just a professional songwriter's perspective, okay? When someone writes a song for someone, right, you can have a top-notch voice. But if you don't have the charisma and the attributes of, how can I say, the showman, so your charisma, showman, the uniqueness that nobody else has to give that song what it needs, you won't get accepted. Now, there could be a person who has half the voice talent, and I don't know how to portray that, but I'm sure you know or understand what I'm trying to say.
I do, yeah.
A person who has an average voice, say like 5 or 6 out of 10, whatever, but there is something so unique within their charisma, and how they portray themselves, and how they portray their body language, and how they articulate their body and movement to an audience that captivates the audience, right? Yeah. I would rather give my song to that person than someone who is a 10 out of 10 and has a badass attitude.
Oh, I like that. Yes. Very true.
So that's why a lot of the time people do get rejected. And I think
because your attitude stinks.
Yeah, pretty much. Because if I'm writing a beautiful song or a beautiful symphony on the piano for someone, I kind of know who I want to sing it in my mind. I've already kind of recognized who I want to sing it. But then a lot of the time in songwriting, people might say no. So you always have to have a second kind of voice in your mind of who you would like to sing something. And I'm sure you understand this as well. So for me, it's not always about having a 10 out of 10 talent. It's the charisma you bring with your talent that makes you awesome.
Yes, fucking love that. Yes, and I'll tell you why I love that. Because the producers of X Factor that year said to me, we've never had a performer on the show. Like, they've had great singers and this, that, and the other. And they said that to me. They said, we want to see you perform. So I went, yeah, all right, I'll be up for that. I said, yeah, I'll perform. So that's what, I haven't got the greatest voice in the world. By far, I haven't. But do you know what? I just make it work because I give it 110%. And you're right. It's the showmanship. It's the performer.
Yeah.
It's that charisma that comes out that many people don't have. But many people have the best voice in the world, better than me. Yeah, brilliant. But they don't have that X factor. So there you go. And that's what the producer said to me. We've never had no one perform before, so we need to see you perform. So I was like, wow, okay. So there you go. You just said exactly what the producer said. Yeah, so true. So true.
That's what I mean. So it's so important to have something special. A lot of people think it's just about having a voice. It's not just about having a voice. It's about you.
No.
It's about something, like we spoke about spirituality. It's about something unique in you that transitions through you to every human being that is watching you. If it's TV, if it's radio, you know, if it's live performance, is something that you have that nobody else in the world has, like Freddie Mercury, Michael Jackson, Prince,
I love him.
you know,
Oh,
Fred Astaire. There's so many people that have these things that are awesome in how they do it.
Yeah.
Celine Dion, there is so many people that have it, and they have something unique within them. Nina Simone's, I can go on.
yeah.
But then there's something about great songwriters as well that are able to bring out the emotion from the artist to help them elevate that into the world. So there's so many parts that play. But what you're talking about, Stevie, I completely understand where you are coming from. So never say you're average. You're not average. You're unique.
I'm all right.
You're unique. You know, you're unique.
Yeah, I like that. I'll take that with you. Yeah, I'll take that.
You bring something
Unique.
to the table that nobody else has. And I hope that people have learned from you to, like we said before, you don't give up. You keep going. You know, you if someone knocks you down and people turn around and say, "Oh, I don't think it's worth you doing it again," that's the time when you do it again.
Yeah, because you want to prove them wrong.
Exactly. You want to prove them wrong, but you also kind of prove to yourself that you believe in your ability to shine as an individual in this world. And you don't have to, just because they didn't go for their dream, it doesn't mean that you have to stop yours. You know, so you just keep going.
Yeah. But absolutely. And I totally agree, you know, like the likes of you know, Freddie Mercury, Elvis Presley, Whitney Houston, Celine Dion. Oh my God, they are the best. I don't care what anyone says, they are the best artists that ever lived. Well, Celine Dion's still alive, but you know, sad what happened to Whitney and of course Elvis and Freddie. But you know, they are the best artists. For me personally, I look at them and I go, fucking awesome, fucking elite of the elite, star quality. They got everything. They got the voice, they got charisma, they got everything a performer should have. They have. It's brilliant.
It's everyone has a different performance style as well, and I'm sure even you know this. Even when you perform, like for example, I'm a big fan of the Carpenters. You know.
Karen Carpenter. Yeah,
she's got a beautiful voice. You know, and she passed away, you know, young and stuff, and it was sad, but she left a legacy just with her voice and how she was a simple performer. And there are people who are simple performers, but there is something to them where you're like, okay, I can just watch you. I can just simply watch it. Yeah, very intriguing. Like you want to know more. And then there's Fleetwood Mac, and then there's so many other people, and like their band has a whole story to tell, you know, from what happened to them. So there's so many different ways of being able to articulate your gift within being an entertainer. So it's just about finding your one. So I have...
You're on my wavelength, you are. You're on my wavelength, you are, Savia. Fucking hell, this is good.
So...
Yes.
If there was one song that was the soundtrack of your life, Stevie, what song would you choose and why would you choose that particular song?
Oh, I mean, I have two. Excuse me. I have two, but the one song that always kind of. Okay, I'll go with my ultimate song, my money song, as I call it.
Go for it.
So, The Greatest Showman, right? So, there's a song from The Greatest Showman, and my daughter, I love her for it. She said to me years ago, she said to me, Dad, I said, yeah. She went, I think you should sing this song in your cabaret because I think it will suit your voice. And the song is called From Now On, from The Greatest Showman. And I thought, what the fuck is that? Anyway, I heard it, I listened to it, and I thought, okay, let's give this a bash. And I sung it at my gigs, and I thought, fucking hell, this is going to either go down shit or it's going to go down amazingly. To my surprise, I sing this song. I haven't done it recently, but every time I sing it at my gigs, at the end of my act, they're like, what the fuck? They're bewildered. They're like, wow, fucking what a voice. You know?
Your daughter just done an A&R.
So, A&R?
Yeah, she just done an A&R on you. So basically, you know, A&Rs where they go out and they find talent. Your daughter just done it for you in finding you a song.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. She found me that song and I sing it. And when I do, I love it. I connect with it now because when you hear the lyrics, for me, if you can connect with the lyrics or about your own life,
yes,
it makes that song so much smoother and you put so much feeling and emotion in it. And with that song in particular, I feel it. I fucking cry when I try not to get choked up because I saw the sun begin to dim, felt that winter wind go cold, and then he goes on about that people left him, he's wanting those cheers. He's wanting to, he's chasing those cheers. Now I can relate to that because I've chased those cheers, and there's a lot of people that left. When you're down on your fucking ass. So I kind of connect to that song. And when I sing it, it means so much more to me now because I feel it right. It's like a stab in the heart. It's like, oh. And not only that, it's a fucking good, powerful song. So that has got to be my money song, along with a musical song called This Is the Moment from Jekyll and Hyde, which if you know, right, Savia? And that song, yeah, again, when I sing that, it's like, fuck you, I'm doing this, I will make it on my own, and fuck you lot, I'm going for it. And that's kind of like a fuck you song, like, this is the moment, fuck you, I made it, I'm gonna make it.
I think all of us need a fuck you song, to be quite fair.
Yeah.
No, honestly, I think we do.
Yeah. It helps, because when you sing that fuck you song, you bring out that fucking frustration and that power and I don't know, the sense behind it. It's really a beautiful thing. So they're my two money songs, defo.
I like it. I like those two. See, I'm gonna put them in our soundtrack now. So I've only got two more questions for you, my beautiful, before we end.
My love.
And it's like it's gone so quick. I don't know where it's gone. I could talk to you for hours. Literally. I could talk to you for hours.
Hell, it's at the time been on there for an hour. Don't even fucking feel like it. It feels like 10 minutes.
It does. That's what I mean. It doesn't feel like it at all. So
wow.
I always like ending the podcast on a really peaceful and tranquil note. Reason being, it lets the guests leave in a really peaceful way, but also it lets the people know, the people who are listening, have a peace to know that regardless of what they're going through, there is always light at the end of the tunnel, and everybody's journey is different. So I would love to ask you, when was the last time you felt totally at peace with yourself?
Quite honestly, it's only in the past few weeks that I feel at peace and harmony Not only up here, because I tell you, your brain, your mind is the most dangerous fucking weapon on
Tell me
earth.
about it.
You know what I mean? It can play tricks on you. It can fuck with you. It can make you not sleep. It can make you do stupid fucking things. So it's the most powerful thing, like God has ever created, your mind. So quite honestly, in the past few weeks, not only mentally, but soulfully and physically, I feel at peace. Only in the past few weeks. Now, it's only because I just feel so like, what's the word? I'm so quiet within. Not introvert, but just kind of. I'm very. Yeah, that's it. Yes, Savia. I feel so. I'm like, okay. I'm not getting angry. I'm cool. I'm calm. I'm not reacting in any horrible way. I'm at peace, and I'm like laying here. I'm sitting here, and I'm like, And it's the most beautiful feeling when you just feel at peace and harmony within your soul and yourself, and also up here as well, because that's the most fucking important, right up here. So yeah, past few weeks, honestly, that's the time I feel total at peace.
I like that. I definitely like that. So my last one for you, Stevie, is I would love for everyone to be able to connect with you. I'm not even going to say goodbye yet, but I've had the most wonderful time with you today. And
me too.
Trust me. And before I go, I would love for people to be able to find you, connect with you, just have a piece of your energy if they can, by sharing your social media sites and anywhere that anybody else can connect with you.
Absolutely. So, I mean, on Instagram, I'm on Instagram quite a bit. It's at the Stevi Ritchie with a blue tick, without the E, at the Stevi Ritchie with a blue tick. You can't miss my ugly mug. It will come up. And then TikTok, I'm on it, but not as much. So that is Stevie with an I and an R, and that will come up as well. It's only got about 1,000 followers on TikTok, but I've got 30,000 on Instagram and also Facebook. So Facebook, you can find me on Stephen with a V, Ritchie, Ritchie, and then Twitter at the Stevi Ritchie as well. Awesome. So they're my sort of tags, yeah.
Awesome, Stevie. I want to say now, thank you so much for taking your time to come on the Ask People podcast, taking me on a podcast journey that I didn't even expect or know what was going to happen. You've been completely awesome. No, it's true. You've been completely awesome. You've embraced every single moment of our conversation, and I am definitely going to stay in contact with you, and I hope we stay connected. Thank you so much.
We've got each other's WhatsApp, so it's good.
We do, actually, yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. You messaged me literally, was it yesterday, the day before? I can't remember, but you messaged me, and I was like, sorry. So like, I think I voice noted you because I can't be bothered to fucking type. I always voice note sometimes. I'm a lazy bastard sometimes, so I can't bother to type, so I voice note. But yeah, I definitely want to stay in contact with you because I want to see your journey as well. Obviously, with your songwriting with this female artist that will progress and do really good, and also your podcast as well. So I want to stay in contact with you because I don't know, it's something really pure and just spiritual about you, and it's really fucking. It's an endearing, affectionate thing. Do you know what I mean? So. I definitely, there is something about you. I just know you're just, I don't know. You're very fucking clued up, but you're also very, I feel you're at peace and harmony as well. Although you got things to achieve and you want to achieve, because we all have dreams and ambitions. I do feel you're at peace within your soul and your mind. When you weren't many fucking years ago, you were fucking all over the show. But now, you know you're right. You know yourself. You were a bit fucking everywhere. You were there and everywhere. You didn't know whether you were coming or going years and years and years and years ago. But now you know where you're at. You're grounded. You're pure. You're spiritual. You got your head in the right place. You know exactly which route you want to go. You know exactly your goals and your dreams. And I feel for me, you know exactly how to do it. It just takes time for you, and you'll get it. It's just, I feel now you're in the right. What I'm trying to say is you're in the right headspace mentally, physically, and within your soul.
And you know what? That's an awesome way to end the podcast. Literally how you said that. It's an awesome way to end the podcast. Stevie, I want to thank you so much again for coming on. You're absolutely brilliant. Don't forget that, okay?
I'll try not to. and also you, because I think sometimes as performers, and you know this, we self-doubt.
Yes, very much. I think it's self-sabotage. That's what we call it.
Yes.
We self-sabotage ourselves because we feel that, and this is another thing actually. Look at us. we look at sometimes we don't celebrate the achievements that we've succeeded within, but sometimes what we also do is we look at other people and compare our achievements to theirs. Now that is wrong.
Yes.
I'm sure we've both done that, right?
I've done that so many times. Not anymore. I'm like, fuck it. I'm doing my
I'm
own
like
thing.
that now. I'm like, but, I couldn't give
two shits. Say it.
I couldn't give 2 shits.
Yes, girl. Come on.
I couldn't. Yeah, I honestly couldn't. And I think I've realized there's a trick to life. And I think, I wish when I was 17, when I was all over the place, I knew this. Basically what it is, it's when you don't give a rat's ass, my terminology, things happen for you. When you do give a rat's ass, things take a longer time to work for you.
Yeah, it's like you're putting a block on it.
Yeah, it's mad. So when you decide to wake up one morning and say, you know what, thank you, universe, for making me see another day. I don't give a shit. Yeah. For some, it's not that you're not grateful for the day you are, because you're saying thank you. But for everything else, it's like, okay, I'm just going to go with the flow. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm just going to go with the flow of how things go. And if it works, it works. Yeah, if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. But for some odd reason, Stevie, it's not that I don't care as much. When I'm just like blasé, but I do it, it works. And I learned that trick.
I'm going to try that because that's something I haven't tried.
Trust me, when you're like, I'll go with the flow. When you just go with the flow and just let it be, even if something comes to you and someone gives you some kind of news and it's not the news that you may want, you just go, and you move forward. Because you have no emotional connection to it. But if you remember, it's about energy. So if you give yourself that emotional connection to someone who says something bad or someone who's giving you bad news, you let it go. It's like it doesn't affect that energy that you've had, so you get to keep your energy. And you just let it go. You just let it go. You let it be. Because everything in life is energy. The earth, we're all elements of this earth. Everything, us, touch, feel, all of it is all elements. So it's mad how our emotions are connected to those elements. I can go on about this all day, but it's really,
I love it.
It's really cool, but I think everybody's just on their natural own journey. And like you said, when you don't give 2 shits, it usually works out for you. It usually works out for you, but the blessing of it all is you being yourself. A lot of people pretend to be somebody else because they're too busy worrying about how
other people think of them.
Exactly that. Whereas if you don't care,
give a fuck. This is me. Don't care.
Yeah.
Love me or hate me.
A lot of people have become successful because they don't care what people think about them. And when you do that, and when you do that thing and you don't care, you become a lot more successful because you don't attach your emotions to the to the things that are unfulfilling or the negativity that comes your way or people trying to block your energy. There's always going to be some bastard, excuse my language, but there's always going to be some bastard trying to block your energy, but they're just jealous and insecure and, you know, unfulfilled with their life. That's not your life, that's their life. Let them carry on with their way. Forgive them.
Let them crack on, yeah.
Yeah. The one thing I always say to people is forgiveness is the key thing to life. Forgive them and forgive yourself for going through it. A lot of the time.
Oh my God, you're not fucking... I've heard this, like, you're the second or third person to tell me that.
It's true.
It's fucking spot on. Yeah. You're right. And I mean, listen, I'm like, you know, I forgive myself and I wish peace and love to all others as well. Peace and love.
See, that's it. I think this is one of the most podcasts I've ever swore on, to be quite fair. It's good.
Oh, I fucking love it. Go on, Savia, fucking more.
To be quite fair, there's nothing, and I always say to people, there's nothing wrong with swearing as well, because apparently
I'm just being. I swear every day. Like
Apparently
I
they
make
say-
people laugh when I swear.
they say that when someone swears, they are more likely to tell you the truth than a person who doesn't swear.
Yes, it's passion.
Because
That's
it
why
is
it's
passion.
passion. Yeah.
So that's it. Stevie, I want to say thank you again for coming on, and this has been absolutely brilliant. And
I
also,
fucking loved it as well. It just feel like over an hour and 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Feels like 10 minutes, and now I'm fucking going.
oh man, guys, I want to thank you so much for listening to the As People podcast, and please remember you can subscribe and leave us a review on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Google Play, and any other platform that you prefer listening to. Please also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and you can also donate to the As People podcast by simply going to the Savia Rocks website or going to the Us People podcast website. Guys, again, thank you so much for listening. Stay happy, stay positive, and as always, please continue to be kind to one another. Take care.
I fly like I'm Superman. Spread your wings and let the wind. I fly like I'm Superman. Spread your wings and let the wind. I fly like I'm Superman. Spread your wings and let the wind. I fly like I'm Superman.
Through the darkness of the night, you'll be guided through the light.
Love that.
Stevie.
Love that. Thank you. Love that. Savia, thank you so much for getting me on. It's been an absolute pleasure and a blessing.
You're welcome.
And it, like I said, it doesn't feel like this long. It just feels so...
Organic.
I feel like organic. I could talk for you for longer. Do you see what I mean?
Yep.
It's fucking weird. But anyway, no, I've really enjoyed myself. Thank you so much for getting me on. Of all people, you wanted me. And I just said, I'm going to do it. I wanted to do it. So I'm glad. And, you know, I've just been straight with you. You've been straight with me.
Yep.
And I've loved it. You're great fucking at what you do. And so, no, thank you.
Spread your wings and let the wind. I fly like I'm Superman. Spread your wings and let the wind. I fly like I'm Superman.
Spread your wings and let the wind glide you high. We're just soaring through this journey, leaving fear far behind. Our hearts are full of courage. You can win if you try. Redirect the yes to you. You'll see the power in us. If you